welcome to day 4. You are already almost halfway through or at the halfway point of the series. So amazing job for showing up so far for your practice if you've been doing this every day. For today's practice, we're going to be focusing on the heart chakra. And we're going to be applying our theme of gratitude and appreciation for ourselves. So this can be something that can be a little bit more challenging for many of us. We can often be our own worst critics. So we're really going to take this practice. It'll be a little bit of a sweeter, more restorative style with some fun backbend in it. But we're just going to celebrate ourselves in this practice, really cherishing the unique person that we are, that you are. So I hope you enjoy this practice and really be compassionate with yourself as you move through it. If you have any resistance to any of this, that's totally normal and that's totally fine. This journey of self-love and gratitude for self is often one that takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of practice, and that's okay. So for today's practice, we are going to be using some props. We are going to be using 2 blocks. We're going to be doing a restorative style backbend to start our practice. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books stacked on top of each other. You could use cushions. Blocks are ideal, but anything that's kind of hard and a square shape. So you can place those off to the side. We won't use them right away. We're going to take a moment to, as always, set our intention, ground, land in our practice. So you can close down the eyes in your seated position, finding whatever is comfortable for you. If you like to have a prop or a cushion under the hips, that's great. If you like to just sit as is, as I'm doing, that's perfect too. And just take a moment to land on the mat. Land in this moment. And focusing your attention on your sweet self for a few breaths. And you can place the hands at the heart center, either in Anjali Mudra, so prayer position, or one hand on top of the other, right over top of the heart. This is what I like to do to connect to myself. And for a few breaths, just tuning into some qualities of yourself that you have gratitude and appreciation for. Whether it's something in the way that you physically look, maybe you like your eyes or your hair, or a quality of your personality, or maybe it's some unique or special talent that you possess. Sitting for a moment and basking in the appreciation of yourself. And breathing here and allowing that energy to move from the heart space all the way throughout the body. And for a few breaths, we'll incorporate a short mantra. I love and appreciate myself. I love and appreciate myself. And you can say this inside your mind. You can say it out loud. And if that feels like there's some resistance in saying that, you can always go towards I am open to loving and appreciating myself. I am open to loving and appreciating myself. So say this a few more times to yourself with your breath. And we'll take that with us as we move through the practice. You can release the hands down to the lap, open up the eyes. And we're going to take our blocks now. So 2 blocks. One is going to go hot dog style on the mat. One's going to go hamburger style, so this one's facing or parallel to the short edge of the mat. This one's parallel to the long edge of the mat. So we're going to be doing a restorative style backbend. I really love this. We've been doing some more active practices. This practice will be a little bit slower and sweeter. So for this block here, it's going to go right underneath the middle to upper back, and you can lay that right along the spine. The other block is going to go right underneath the head. So it takes a little bit of doing to get into this, but when you find your positioning, it should be really comfortable. So we're getting this really nice back bend, opening up through the heart with very little physical effort required. The legs can extend out long, the arms to your sides, or you can have the legs in a Baddha Konasana position with the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And simply lie here. We're opening up the energetic lines of the heart through the chest, through the shoulders, the arms. This is such a great pose for releasing tension in the upper back, the shoulders. It's a really nice one to do if you're feeling like you've come from a long day at work, especially if you've been studying or sitting. Just allowing yourself to rest in this, opening up the heart, lengthening the spine. Take a few more breaths here, really savoring this. And if you're really enjoying this, feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Just pause the video. For the rest of us, you can place the elbows sort of beside you, forearms on the ground. Push into the elbows to lift yourself all the way upright. You can move those blocks out of the way. We will be using them for one more pose towards the end of the practice, so just move them off to the side for now. And from here, we're going to shift actually right into a tabletop position. So we've got our nice open heart. Let's do a couple of cat-cows, just warming up the spine in both directions. So inhale, you can drop the belly, gently arch the upper back, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine. Push really firmly down, so we'll just counter that back bending work we did. Moving the spine in the other direction. You can shift side to side. Inhale, let's come back, gentle extension. Exhale, let's round the spine once again. You can even lean back slightly, stretching out the upper back, the shoulders, the back of the neck here. And then we'll find our way back into our tabletop position. Hands are nice and strong now underneath the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And we're going to do some work to strengthen into the back line of the body. So this won't feel super yoga-esque, but it's a really nice way to prepare ourselves for our back bend. So we're going to take that right leg and lift, bend at the knee, lift the sole of the foot up to the sky. So these are sometimes called donkey kicks. And with each breath, we're simply going to lift that foot up to the sky. So we're getting a really nice engagement through the entire glute, the hamstring. So we're just gently pumping the leg, pushing it up. As you're here, see if you can pull and knit those low ribs into the belly. So we don't want this to be a big arch through the low back. We want to keep the whole torso steady and strong. We just want this to come from the hip. So let's do a few more on this right leg. Pumping the leg up, you'll start to feel the burn right away. And then exhale, let's step that foot all the way through, top of the mat between the hands. You can allow the hips to sink down towards the earth. And then we'll plant that left hand down to the ground. You can start to open up to the right. You can stay here if you're getting enough of a stretch through that left quad, or you can pull that left leg in and reach back with the right hand. So getting a really deep quad opener. We always want to open the front line of the body when we do a back bend. So savoring in this stretch, we can hold a lot of tension in the quads. So this is a really nice way to release them. We're also getting a little mini twist here, opening the shoulders. Exhale, let's lower the left leg down. You can step that right foot back. Land in your tabletop position once again, and then we'll shift right into the other side. So this time we're bending that left leg, left sole of the foot up to the sky, and we're doing those little donkey kicks. So pressing the foot up to the sky, starting to engage through that left glute, left hamstring. Stable and strong through the belly and the low back. Keep going. Feel the burn. Really nice way to tone the booty as well. Couple more here. And exhale, let's step it all the way through. Left foot to the top of the mat between the hands. Sinking the hips down. Opening through that right hip flexor, right quad. We'll plant the right hand down to the ground. Reaching all the way back. You can stay here. Or you can bend that right knee, holding onto the right foot, opening up the quad. Little mini twist. Open up the heart towards the sky. Shine your beautiful light. Inhale, let's come all the way back to center. Step that left foot back. And we'll just shift back for a moment into a balasana position, stretching the arms out long, resting the forehead down on the earth. Inhale, we'll come all the way back up to our tabletop. We're going to do one more little prep before we move into our back bending peak pose. So from here, the hands come about mat width apart. Arms are nice and strong. I like to actually come up onto the fingertips here. Knees are under the hips, navel pulling into the spine. As you exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down. So we're going to lower the chest and the chin onto the ground. This is sometimes called 8-point pose. So exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, you can push yourself forward, coming into a little baby cobra. Exhale, lower, and sit all the way back, child's pose. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, come all the way up. Come up onto the fingertips, knees under the hips. Exhale, lower all the way down, chest and chin. Inhale, come all the way up, little baby cobra. Roll those shoulders back, neck long. Exhale, push all the way back, child's pose. So that's a really great way to get the shoulder blades onto the back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, lower all the way down to supine. Lower the entire belly onto the ground, legs out long. Inhale and exhale, rest here for a couple of breaths. Breathing full and deep into the belly. From here, we're going to bend both knees, feet towards the sky. So we're moving into our bow pose Dhanurasana. You can reach back with those hands. You can grab the ankles. If you can't reach the ankles, you're just moving towards that position. Might be here. This is still a great preparation. This is still a back bend. This is still a lot of strength. If you're coming with me, you can hold on to the ankles. Roll those shoulders back so the heart is nice and wide open. And then we'll start to kick the legs up to the sky, just like we did with our donkey kicks. Strong through the back line of the body. Wide open heart. Sharing your heart, celebrating your light here. Take a few more breaths. Exhale, lower all the way down, plant the hands, come all the way up and back into child's pose and rest. Arms can extend out in front of you, or they might want to come alongside the body with the forehead resting on the earth. Breathing here. Inhale, press the hands into the ground, lift yourself slowly upright. You can sit on the knees for a moment. Find a long spine. Feel the spaciousness across the heart space. Breathing nice and full and deep. Tuning back into those qualities that you celebrated and were grateful for about yourself. And then you can shift the hips off to the right or the left side. From here, you can extend the legs out in front of you. We'll hug that right leg in towards the left inner thigh. We'll slowly lower ourselves down, Janusarasana, finding a nice forward fold, finishing our practice with forward folds, this energy of coming back home to ourselves. Inhale, come all the way up. Let's place that right foot over top of the left leg. Find a nice long spine here. You can hold onto that right knee. Exhale, we're twisting to the right. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head to the sky. Exhale, gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Lower that right leg down. Left leg comes into the right inner thigh. Find length. Exhale, forward fold. Heart is open. Winding down. Tuning into your own energy here. Pulling all of your focus from the external to the internal space of you. And find some sense of peace here. Inhale, come all the way up. We'll place that left foot over top of the right leg. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twisting to the left now. Left fingertips behind you. Can use that right hand to wrap around the left thigh. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Lengthen both legs out. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way in, rounding the spine. Resting. Inhale, walk the hands all the way up. And we'll scoot the seat forward, feet flat on the earth. You can grab one of your blocks. You'll bring that with you, place it to your side. Lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Knees are bent, feet flat on the earth. You can take that block and we're going to lift the hips gently and place it right underneath the sacrum. Finishing our practice with a restorative style inversion. So really resting here. So finishing our practice just as we began with this energy of sweetness, of compassion, of appreciation for ourselves. Take a few more breaths here, breathing right into the heart space. We've spent all this time opening up this area. Notice if it's easier to find that frequency of gratitude and appreciation for self. Inhale, let's press the feet into the earth, lift the hips, place that block off to the right or the left side. Extend the legs long. We'll take a brief pause in our Shavasana to integrate the practice. Settling the body and the mind completely. Letting it all go. And stay here if you feel called to do so. Otherwise, on your next inhale, we'll bend the knees. As always, rolling off to the right or the left side, you choose. Keep the eyes closed down, staying in this really internal space. Find a comfortable seated position. Heart open. And placing the hands Anjali Mudra at the heart center. One last time, I love and appreciate myself. I love and appreciate myself. And as you feel ready, you can open up the eyes here, place the hands back on the lap. So I hope you feel amazing at the end of that practice, and I hope you're able to move through your day with this big, beautiful, open heart, sharing your really special, really unique, authentic self. For your journaling activity, I recommend that you write down 3 to 5 things that came to you during your meditation that you really love and appreciate and have gratitude about yourself at this time. And I cannot wait to practice with you tomorrow. Amazing job, and namaste.